fuck the fictional character. They did real significant historical figures.
Yeah. Every figure in the Bible. Every figure in the Bible, even in history, the Caesar, we know some Jake Caesars. All of them was Edomites, right.
Hey, our Lord and Savior, man.
Yeah. We always talk about the Vikings. They were Jakes, but you say Viking, they think of Edomite with a long beard, long hair. That was all Jakes. Hell, I'm thinking the Byzantine Empire. That was all. They say that was all Edomites. Edomites built those castles over there.
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Robin Hood was an Edomite.
They don't build like that. No. They don't build homes and mansions like that. We see how they built. They got that Mount Seir. Yeah. That's their style of building. They didn't build no damn castles.
And that's why there's some. If you look at the history of those castles, I don't want to go too far away from what I was going to read, but if you look at the history of those castles, that's why they had no problem walking away from it, man.
Yeah.
Maintaining it.
Right.
They just dirty it up, shit all over.
Yeah.
Teach you nothing and move on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Just going back to the trainings. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not enter into the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers. Men having a female spirit on them. Okay. Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
That's homosexuality right there. Yep. There's more, because a lot of idiots will say, well, in the Old Testament it condemned homosexuality, but we're in the New Testament. Apostle Paul was condemning it in multiple. He condemned it in multiple epistles, man. Because that was the norm in the Roman Empire. Yeah. That's how they got down. The men, even some of the emperors, they were straight out moles, man. Yeah. They was having relationships with little young boys. Yeah. Boy lovers,
And you gotta remember, Paul wrote these letters to the churches. Yeah, so they was dibbling dabbling in that shit, man. Yeah. That's why Paul had to rebuke them. This is what we're reading right now, man. Paul is rebuking the church in Corinth, in Greece. Which we know in the Greek captivity, in the Greek time period, when they were the rulers, the Edomites were rulers in Greece, they had all of that. The place of exercise, when they were temple heart, they had all that stuff over there. Orgies and shit. Yeah, orgies in the reality of the temple with the groves and stuff.
And we're talking about the Grecian Roman Empire. They were doing that same wicked ass sexual acts in the Egyptians. Yeah, they really started that shit. Yeah, in Egypt, that homo shit and all of that. But we always talk about how Rome, Greece took the wicked ideologies from Egypt, and the same thing America's doing.
Verse 10, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. And such were some of you, but ye are washed. But ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai and by the Spirit of our power. So what does that mean? It meant they repented.
Yeah. Some of them used to indulge in that shit. Yeah. They was a part of that. Coming out of the world, man. The Lord had to wash them demons off of them before they can be accepted into the church. That's why when he had Peter have that vision about receiving that unclean, the vessel knit with the 4 sheets and 4 corners down to the earth. That was all of Israel coming from that world, man, from them different lifestyles.
The human lifestyle world. He said, all I see is unclean animals. Peter killing me.
Straight up Jakes.
So how much more now? We don't have to be clean that same way. Through the Spirit.
When it's being worldly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And when you go back to that word effeminate, it says and the effeminate, right? One of the words for effeminate, the Greek word is malakos, and it says to be soft. It says a catamite. And you look up a catamite, it says here, catamite In ancient Greece and Rome, a catamite, Latin catamitus, was a pubescent boy who was the intimate companion of an older male, usually in a pederastic relationship.
You know what that brings to mind? The RCC, Roman Catholic Church. They heavy in that. They actually they say in their sick minds they think it's all right because they took a vow of chastity.
Yeah.
So this shit is just, man. And you see how through the spirit where you could put all this shit together, you know? And that's what's that? The third the three deadly was it? I'll say frogs.
Revelation 16.
Unclean spirits, the water. Yeah, con.
Yeah, Islam dealt in that shit too. That's where they get it from, Catholic Church, man. With them little boys, you know, pedophilia, all that shit.
Because they know it's spiritual energy and power, I can say it, on the left hand side.
Sex magic.
Yeah.
That's why they religions have reached to that high point through that sex magic.
That's why.
The
Yeah.
innocence of a child.
Yeah. And that's how we know that the Roman Catholic Church is tied in with the elites, and you know it's, man.
Oh yeah, the Judaism.
Yeah.
You know, they bought off the circumcision. They bought off the new skin off the new skin off the baby.
Also in the Talmud, they can have relationships with little
3-year-olds.
Yeah.
You can marry him.
Yeah.
Another thing this will remind you of is all those child actors in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they grew up. That stuff in their head.
You think Nickelodeon was about, you know, showing your kids shows and stuff? That was all set up.
Those were all a bunch of cattle.
Yeah.
What's that
That you
bug
saw
out
on
nigga
your favorite show.
Orlando Brown. No, Orlando.
Was a cattle.
Yeah.
That's why he's messed up in the head.
Bugged up.
Orlando Brown.
Brown, yeah, it is. And what's her name? That was on the baby.
Right. Yeah.
Another one.
What's the twins? These my twins. Man?
Olsen twins.
Olsen twins. Miley Cyrus.
And the girl.
Miley Cyrus. Oh,
They was all jacked up. Macaulay Culkin.
oh yeah,
Him.
man.
If you grew up as a star as a little child in Hollywood, it's a big chance you was a catamite.
That or you at least been to Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Shia LaBeouf, he's calling out the wickedness of Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know?
And he was big in, I think, that Disney Channel.
Transformer movies.
Corey Feldman. He's fucked up.
Corey Haim.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But that just goes to show all of that's got to get wiped out. All that's got to be burned up and destroyed.
Hey, but that shows you, going back to what we're talking about, this is Rome. That same spirit, that same energy. That's
Give me water.
You know? It was pederasty was big in Rome. Like you had he married a boy named Sporus. And because Sporus, he reminded Nero of his dead wife. So what he did was, he was like, well, shit, I want you to shave all the hair off your body, and I need you to grow your hair out, keep some makeup on you, and I'm gonna marry you. And that's what he did. Nero had Caesar Nero, all right, the same motherfucker who started that ring of fire and blamed it on the Christians. That asshole. That was a wicked, demonic. That was your boy Trump back then. Okay, and it's not coincidental because even that nigga Trump, he's been on Epstein Island.
There's a YouTube clip. Trump was kissing a man in the fucking dress.
Giuliani.
They just dressed up as a tranny and shit.
Yeah.
Put on a dress, makeup. Trump was kissing him, man.
That's his lawyer.
Another thing I saw was Trump is buddy. Like Trump is controlled opposition. Because he's buddy with Klaus Schwab. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because Trump, he's a billionaire, but he's tiny, man.
Low level.
Low level, man. His handlers, they own all that money that he has, you know?
You got Edomites that.
Hey, this is spirit. This is spirit. What the fuck is this right here?
But see, hey,
You gotta question the shit. It's like,
but that's why men are not supposed to have long hair, so we can know the difference. You know? Who knows,
That
bro?
was the thing. Yeah, long hair. That was another thing. Men having long ass hair. So in this society, you just look at somebody with long hair, you like from the back, and the men they be wearing their pants just as tight as the women these days. So you wouldn't even know until they turn their fucking head around. Places
Paul had
fucked up. It's fucked up. Paul had to address that, like, nah, that's out, man. That's why the apostles get on brothers, like, hey, man, that long hair shit, cut that shit off, man. We gotta, you know, call on you, or we gotta, like, we gotta remind you, and just leave. You know? Fine. Because, hey, like the scriptures even say in Romans 12, we're not supposed to be conformed to the image of this world. You know? We ain't supposed to.
The new way, the conformity versus the ancient way is what we should be. Everybody is spot.
We can go back, I guess, you read it? You got something?
This is Jude, verse 7. Even the sons of Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. And if you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, their fate was, which is past already, they suffered eternal fire, never to be inhabited again. This place in prophecy in the future will go into that same example, into that same judgment. Okay? Of eternal fire, this place never to be inhabited.
This place is spiritual Sodom in Egypt.
Showing you, it connects a lot of these places, which is confusion. Which brings us back to Babylon. And
they're so proud that they see it, they see these places, they see what happened to them. They're so proud that they won't change their behavior. You know, they don't learn from the past. You know, so they do the same stupid shit that's gonna lead to their destruction. You know, these people. Which these Edomites, of course, you know, they're the border of wickedness. They can't do right, you know, they can't do righteous things. They're totally off. You know, so this is when they're ruling, this is the result of it. A society that's totally depraved.
Giving a great example of what not to do in the earth. The Edomites are fully giving you the worst case scenario of what not to do in the earth.
Yeah, we said like this was eight on the list.
Like just on two.
Yeah,
That was like
two.
just two.
But it's showing you, man.
Yeah.
And that's not even reading.
Yeah.
So back to the article of reasons why Rome failed. Number 3, environmental and public health concerns.
Now, what is everybody talking about now? Carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Conserve water. Conserve water. Yeah. And you also got what? Lead, man. Lead in the waters. That's it. That's an environmental health problem, man. You saw saying you don't need animals to eat meat anymore. That's environmental. Fluoride. Yeah. Hey, those factories burning up. That's part of the environment too.
Yeah.
That's food for people. And you had the floods that hit the Midwest a couple years ago that took out the grain. And you had even with Russia invading Ukraine, that's the breadbasket of the earth. You know, they supply 1/3 of the world's grain between both of them, man. That's environmental as well. Farmers dying off, or farmland being bought up, kills off.
Yeah.
Euthanizing the
Livestock.
and livestock.
Recall at a high rate.
Yep.
What was it? In Jackson, Mississippi, it was that region pretty much, not just that one place.
That was
The region.
Whole city. Shit.
Yeah, cities and stuff where water coming out ground. And it's known to be contaminated.
Well-
There's a